If you were Pepsi now, after that massive fuck up, and then you've seen this Heineken ad, which just totally shows you the right way to do it, what happens next? How would you recover, or would you even bother recovering?
Once I stopped hemorrhaging from the loss of money from that ad, and once I'd fired everyone in my marketing department.
Would you do that? Would you fire?
You'd have to. Heads would have to roll.
I think they'd have to roll because I think it's inexcusable.
I'm guessing production talent alone, even without the advertising companies, that ad would have cost $10 million.
Yeah, 100%.
You'd have to try and sign Beyonce.
So you double down and compensate. You go the reverse.
Yeah.
You go Jay-Z and Beyonce.
You get the modern day Michael Jackson, which would be
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Beyonce and Jay-Z.
Yeah.
And get them sitting there with Blue Ivy sipping on a Pepsi. Like a very high class cooler in front of them. Or maybe, what'd be cool, you'd see them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, this is me as the advertising executive. Mm-hmm. There'd be like shots of them at basketball games, walking the red carpet, at the Met Gala at the Met. And then they get home. Whoa, that was a big night, wasn't it? Beyonce, yeah, Jay-Z.
Totally cashed up.
Yeah, Blue Ivy's still up. And then it'd be like having people fussing around them all day and all night at these functions. And then they just like kick their shoes off, pick up Blue Ivy.
Oh, that's good.
Put the game on, and they'd be like, Pepsi, Beyonce? Yeah, thanks, Jay-Z. And he like throws it across to her on the couch.
Yep.
Cracks it open, puts the game on late at night.
That's awesome.
That would be pretty good.
That's good because, okay, I've just now given you the position as president of marketing, if not CEO. You've just created the equivalent of the 1984 Apple Super Bowl ad where that woman throws that, spinning hammer and shatters the glass. Yeah. This is your version. Yeah. This is like drop mic, walk away, I'm done. Shares of Pepsi just went up by about 20%. Why that's cool is because if they did the whole thing beforehand at, say, an NBA game courtside, or they go to the Met to an exhibition, or they go, perhaps he's doing, say, an open DJ session at a really hip club in NYC. Mm-hmm. And after that, they go home. All that stuff is cool, granted. But it makes the Pepsi thing like a pair of comfy slippers, or, sweatpants or tracksuit pants, where you go home and it's the authentic.
All the bullshit stripped away.
Yep.
All you want is a nice, refreshing cola.
Family.
Yep.
Couch.
Yep.
Tracksuit.
Feels like home.
Pepsi. It's like the foundation. It's like the core of the family.
It should be an advertising.
This fucking writes itself. Writes itself.
You could have a series of them. You could have one where they're at the NBA game. You could have one where they're at the... You could have like 3 or 4 of them.
This could be the first TV advertising web series.
Yeah. But you could have it so the PA comes in.
Yeah.
Beyonce's in her study or in her office and says, "Oh, Beyonce, the rundown for today. Don't forget, we got courtside tickets tonight."
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, yeah."
Like as a slight chore.
Yeah. And it's like, "Oh, I better get something to wear." And then all the assistants are fussing around her, choosing outfits for her or whatever.
And she's happy, but not like really happy.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, it's a good game. LeBron's playing or whatever.
And she's not smiling. She's kind of like grinning, but not like...
She's bearing through it.
Yeah.
And then...
living our dreams, but not really enjoying it.
And then she's walking across the front of the court. It's just flashbulbs going everywhere because everyone's taking photos of her.
Yeah.
Walking across the front of the court to her seat, and she's tossing her hair. It's a bit of slow motion. And then LeBron comes over and gives her a kiss, or a couple of the players give her a bit of a high five as they come past, or give her a wink or whatever. And she's quite enjoying it, and she's in the limelight. But then the mask is slipping, and she's worried about Blue Ivy back at home with the nanny or whatever. And then, I mean, you could have that one, and then you could have the one where, they're going to the big red carpet thing, or the Grammys or whatever.
Yeah.
I think the key would be the lead up, what's on tonight, team of assistants fussing over her, this and this, drink this, eat this, hold this, pose here, do that.
Okay, but here's the bit though that I think is the killer secret sauce of this advertising campaign. We see her grin throughout. She's happy. Up until now, you'd never think that she's not happy, but what you get is the killer Jay-Z and killer Beyonce smile, and they crack open the Pepsi.
And it's that...
Yeah. You know what it is? It's both. It's the R of the can And it's then doing the R after the first sip.
Yeah.
Oh, this shit just writes itself.
Yeah.
No, actually, you know what? That's not true. Let's take credit for this.
Would you take a sip and then you would put your feet up onto the chaise? Or you take a sip, then you'd kick your slippers off or kick your Nikes off and put...
The Pepsi has to be the catalyst to relaxation.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't fully relax until you've had that first sip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe what happens is you put on your comfy pants, your comfy trousers, you put in your slippers, you go to the fridge or you hit the couch, but you're still kind of a bit anxious. You catch the Pepsi, you crack it open, you drink it, and then your head sinks back into the pillow.
Yeah. She walks in the front door, she kicks her high heels off, she pulls her wig off.
Oh, I like that. That's authenticity.
Yeah. And then it's like hair toss, and then Jay-Z walks to the fridge, the bow tie's already undone, loosely hanging around the neck. He takes the jacket off, he's got the black braces underneath the black tie suit. He knows what she wants. He doesn't even need to ask. She just wants a Pepsi.
I like that. That's good.
I think you should throw it to her on the couch.
Is the throw to 1980s?
But imagine that, Beyonce on the couch just...
You know what? It's like Tab.
Plucks it out of the air.
Let's bring back the Tab magic.
Yes.
To the... Tab fell out of the Cola Wars. No more Tab, but Pepsi's still around. Let's take the magic of Tab from the 80s and reappropriate it towards Pepsi and bring back the catch. You know, though, if you bring the catch in, you got to go back to a beach at some stage. In the 80s, everyone was like throwing freaking beers around the beach all the time.
But that would be perfect because Jay-Z and Beyonce like to go to St. Bart's or somewhere like that.
Perfect. They're throwing beers on their yacht, right? And they're kind of like catching it before it goes over the edge. Or they're on those floaty things off the yacht. It hits the water and just bobs sweetly. And she just reaches across from her floating doodah, Lilo, and grabs it. Maybe the booty shot with the booty between the donut from below with the Pepsi just bobbing.
You talk about some like underwater photography. The budget's already going up now.
We can afford that, can't we? Can't we afford that?
I think we've just spent $350 million on Beyonce and Jay-Z. Mate, I got so much more material.